For 24-year-old Dion Patterson, accused of opening fire in a medical facility earlier today, killing one person in the waiting room, critically wounding 4 others, all women.
Mr. Patterson, our suspect, left the building. We believe he carjacked a vehicle a short distance away and was able to flee the scene as the law enforcement agencies were descending on this area.
Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says multiple agencies are involved in the manhunt and they are following multiple leads. A mass murder suspect makes a court appearance in Texas.
Francesco Oropesa appearing for a bond hearing in San Jacinto County Court following days on the run after the FBI got a tip that he was hiding out inside a home in neighboring Montgomery County. The Mexican national and 4-time deportee accused of killing 5 neighbors, including a 9-year-old boy, over a noise complaint.
He was charged with 5 counts of murder. The bond was set at $1.5 million on each charge, a total amount of $7.5 million.
San Jacinto County Justice of the Peace Randy Elliser. We're told that Oropesa's female partner and another man were also taken into custody.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. Police say more arrests are possible. The Fed might be ready to pause interest rate hikes after another quarter-point increase today, the 10th in 14 months, to fight inflation, though Chairman Jay Powell says they haven't decided on a pause yet.
Inflation has moderated somewhat since the middle of last year. Nonetheless, inflation pressures continue to run high, and the process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go.
And Powell isn't ruling out a recession, saying he hopes it would be mild, while adding he thinks there's a greater chance of avoiding recession. Still a late sell-off on Wall Street. The Dow down 270 points at the closing bell. America is listening to Fox News.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
U.S. officials so far not able to verify what Russia is claiming about an attempted drone strike on the Kremlin.
Russian media released video showing what appears to be drones downed near the Kremlin in Moscow. Russian officials are calling it an assassination attempt on Vladimir Putin by Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says the U.S. has not authenticated the video.
Since the beginning of this conflict, the United States is certainly not encouraging, enabling Ukraine to strike beyond its borders. We've been very clear from here about that.
The administration is releasing another $300 million of Ukrainian military assistance, a package that includes ammunition, artillery, and howitzer rounds ahead of an expected spring counteroffensive. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Ukraine has denied an assassination attempt, accusing Russia of wanting an excuse to escalate its war on Ukraine. The White House accusing Republicans in Congress of unproven, politically motivated attacks on the president. Without responding specifically to a new subpoena from the House Oversight Committee chair, he wants access to a document that an unnamed whistleblower is claiming exists at the FBI, accusing then Vice President Biden of a criminal scheme to exchange money for policy decisions. A White House spokesman says President Biden has offered unprecedented transparency on his personal finances. The owner of Olive Garden adds a high-end steak chain to its menu.
Darden Restaurants has agreed to buy Ruth's Hospitality Group, formerly Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, in a deal that would put the fine dining restaurant chain under the same roof as Olive Garden, Longhorn Steakhouse, and Seasons 52. The original Chris Steakhouse opened in New Orleans in 1927 and was acquired by Ruth Fertel in 1965.
Fox's Hillary Barsky. Darden's all-cash deal for Ruth's Chris valued at more than $700 million. Again, the Dow drops 270. The S&P and the NASDAQ also finish lower. At Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, and vicinity. Nice spell of weather ahead for the next couple of days. A little dry around the edges, but that too will improve with increasing shower prospects later this week, and it looks to be a wet one across the area for next week with outbreaks on a daily basis of showers and a couple of thunderstorms as the warm weather pattern continues on. Speaking of which, we'll enjoy that for the day today. Hopefully not any in the way of any dust-related and fire-related issues like we had past couple of days. Had some of that south of Lake Shelbyville yesterday and in that general vicinity. Sunny for the day today, lighter wind, the high to about 63, fair tonight 39, mostly sunny 71 tomorrow. Increasing chance for a couple of showers to break out Friday, partly sunny and 68. Have taken rain out of the forecast for the weekend and a big warm up at 74 Saturday, close to 80 on Sunday, around 80 on Monday with a couple of showers and a couple more showers and thunderstorms breaking out morning and late afternoon stuff for Tuesday and Wednesday. Dry hours in between. High temperatures around 80 on Tuesday, 70 next Wednesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Solier.
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Check. I literally just create madness.
Well, they're up.
I'm going to go off here.
They don't have a great quarterback.
I got to take a break. I'm getting in trouble.
To win the Big Ten, you first got to win the West.
Bad Bunny.
Have you heard his name in a while?
No.
Has it bothered you?
No. Defensively, they got to come in with some confidence.
Is that even analytics?
I'm in a parking garage, kind of lost.
Terrence Shannon, Matthew Meyer, R.J. Melendez, Coleman Hawkins.
These trophy presentations aren't over.
I didn't come here to go 5-7.
I'm so proud of Illinois football right now.
I'm so tired of Joel Embiid.
We're not taking Patrick Corbin.
I want to bet the Bears.
Oh.
You are Reba McEntire's niece.
Roshan Russell.
Coach Bielma.
You no longer salute to yourself.
What?
We got all kinds of things for you here.
There's a lot of glass.
Oh.
Guys, we have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
It's The Drive.
Smack Dogs.
Thunderstruck. Yeah, Thunderstruck.
Yeah, AC/DC bringing us in again. It is The Drive. Good morning. The Drive with Tay and Piper. Lante, Derek Piper, Pipes on vacation. Kyle Tosk joining me again. You brought up something today about baseball, and I'm like, I don't want to talk baseball. The Cardinals are horrible. And you're like, well, I thought we could go around the league, and I actually looked at some MLB standings, and it shocked me how other teams, you talk about it, there's another fan base that's probably as crazy right now as the Cardinals fan base, and we'll get to that as we go. The thing that threw me off a little bit from looking at it, because from the outside, first of all, the Cardinals are just woe is me, right? I mean, they are just bad. They're now 0-10 in opening games of a series. When you have to try to lose 10 first of the series games, and somehow they've been able to do that. But so from the outside, I haven't watched as much baseball, thank God, this year. But also, I kind of keep hearing about the Cubs and how well they're doing. They're one game under 500. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't
make...
1
game over.
Or I'm sorry, 1 game over. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it feels like they ought to be 8 games above 500.
Yeah, they should be with some of the games they've blown.
Now, they have played what? They've played the Padres and Dodgers a ton.
Dodgers 7 times, Padres.
Yeah, and the Cardinals have had a pretty good schedule as well. They've played the Blue Jays. They've played they've played the Dodgers. They've played some decent teams as well. So it's just interesting that but the Cardinals are so bad right now and playing so bad. This has nothing to do with anything outside of the organization. This doesn't have to do with a strength of schedule. This doesn't have to do with anything except the Cardinals are just bad and they can't figure it out. And you just keep thinking, okay, at some point this thing is going to flip. They're going to win a game. They're going to win 2 games in a row. They're going to win a series. But now I had told you need to sweep Detroit. You need to take 2 or 3 from the Angels. But like we said, the one you're not going to get is tonight with Shohei Ohtani on the hill. He's what, 4-0?
185 ERA.
Gee, money. He's the Darren Dreifert of yesteryear. Can you Google Darren Dreifert? I want you to Google Darren Dreifert, Wichita State. Pretty sure he went to Wichita State. This kid in college was the best hitter and pitcher in college. I mean, he was unbelievable and had a lengthy MLB career. But I remember he played at Wichita State, and at the time they were in the Missouri Valley against SIU, and they had some really good teams. Gene Stevenson, I believe, was the coach at Wichita State. They went to College World Series. I think they won one or two. But does it show what Dreifert's like in college, what his stats were?
I can't find his college stats.
Oh, okay. It's no big deal. Did he only pitched, right, in the big leagues?
Yes.
Okay. But I think in college, I'm pretty sure he like batted cleanup for Wichita State and also pitched. And I remember at the time, it just seemed so strange. You know, I mean, it brought up chat of Babe Ruth, you know, when he entered. Babe Ruth won like 60-some games as a starter in Major League Baseball, and then, of course, went on to be the great Bambino, hitting home runs, etc. But, yeah, I mean, Darren Dreifert was that guy, and then now you look at Shohei Ohtani, who's 10 times better than him in anything Dreifert did. It's scary.
I cannot wait to see what his contract is going to look like.
Oh, my goodness.
Next offseason.
Is he landing with the Cubs?
I would love that.
I mean,
I think they
have to
should
be.
shell out their entire budget to try to land that guy. You talk about getting an ace and a middle-of-the-order bat. I mean, that immediately takes a team like the Cubs into contention.
They have to be one of the front runners.
I know he probably prefers to stay on the West Coast, so like the Dodgers are the team that probably is considered the front runner right now.
Well, let me ask you. Let me go through your Cubs roster and ask you kind of where you're at in terms of long-term.
Sure.
And if there, you know, like you look at the Cardinals with Goldie and Arenado, you're pumping out a lot of money for those two guys. And obviously you just signed Contreras to a pretty good deal. So, you're spending quite a bit of money on those. And, you know, Waino, Miles Michaelis making decent money. You're going to have to pay Flaherty if he's going to stay. Eventually, these outfielders, I don't know. I don't even know which one I want. Except minus Jordan Walker, I don't know which outfielder I want. But you look at the Cubbies, so you look at your catching situation. Basically, you have Gomes and
Barnhart. Yeah, that's nothing to be excited about.
No, but neither one of those are signed long-term, are they? Is Gomes signed for like another year or anything?
I think they both have one more year.
Okay. And I'm sure you're not spending much money there. Patrick Wisdom can't be costing you that much money, but
it's costing like less than $1 million.
But the way he's playing now, I don't know. I mean, he's got to be up to the point where what is his contract situation? I'm just going to have you Google the heck out of things right now.
I mean, this is his second full year. He got called up. Well, he had a couple little stints, I think, with the Cardinals once and the Rangers, but then Cubs called him up in 2021 for like half the year, and then last year he was with them the full year, and now this is his second full year. So I don't even think he's hit arbitration yet.
Okay, so you're in good shape with Wisdom in terms of his contract. And
yeah, his contract this year is $763,000.
Unbelievable. Where's he at right now with home runs?
He hit his 11th last night.
So what did we say was the record in April? He didn't get it.
He tied it in April with 10.
Okay.
He tied Alfonso Soriano.
Wow. Okay, so your shortstop, I mean, who is
Dansby Swanson for the next 7 years.
That's right. So there's some contract there. There's some money involved.
The middle infield is locked up for the next 4 years because you got Swanson for 7 and Horner for 4.
Got it. And then first base.
First base is no one long term unless Matt Mervis, who's a top first base prospect in the system, gets up and starts producing. So that's probably the future of the first base.
He'll be here next year, right?
Hopefully this year.
So you'll have, yeah, exactly. But you'll have cheap then, in other words, at first.
Yep.
Where's Morel going to play?
I mean, it depends if this Wisdom stretch is real or not, because third base is probably the obvious spot where he plays. Or
can he play outfield?
He plays center.
He's quick enough to,
He plays pretty much every position. His main position's third. He also plays a lot of center. So Cody Bellinger's on a 1-year deal. Maybe he slots into center.
So there you go. So you're cheap in the outfield because you'd have Bellinger,
Happ and Suzuki are making some money.
Okay, all right, that's true. I forgot about Suzuki. But overall, for the Cubs, is in other words,
they don't have any mass. I mean, other than Dansby, they're not paying anyone a ton of money.
And pitching wise, you're not spending that much money right now, are you? What's Stroman?
Stroman's making $19 million, maybe something around that. But he has an opt-out after this year, so he may not even be back.
Can you Google payroll? I think the Cardinals are like 15th now in Major League Baseball, and they normally ride in that top 10 or top 12, but I think they've fallen to like 15 this year. I don't know where the Cubbies are when it comes to that, so we'll let you effort that. But basically what we're saying is the Cubs are set up to go after Ohtani with a lot of money. That's 2 words.
Cubs are 13th in payroll this year. The Cardinals are 16th.
Okay. What is the total payroll of the Cubs? How can it be higher than the Cardinals?
$183 million.
Really? And the
That's
Cardinals
according to SpotTrack.
Cardinals are like what, 170?
Cardinals are 159.
Oh, only 159. Okay. Where are the Cubs spending all their money? Swanson and
Suzuki is making $15 million. Happ has just signed an extension, so he'll start making.
I like him
a lot. Swanson's obviously making a significant amount.
Yeah. It's funny.
Jamison Tyone, they signed this offseason.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about him.
Stroman's making $19 million or so, and then Bellinger's got the 1-year deal for like $18 million.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So it's funny with the guys like Nico Horner and Ian Happ, like they almost like came in at the same time, and I kind of have them grouped together. Like I get one confused with the other when I'm watching, but I've always liked Ian Happ.
Mm-hmm. He's just solid, consistent contributor, and he's gotten better every year too.
I agree.
That's why the Cubs rewarded him with an extension, which I liked. Because, I mean, his first couple of years, he had some strikeout problems. He was really up and down.
Mm-hmm.
His defense was not very good. And then he started to cut down on the strikeouts. He's walking a lot. He kind of changed his approach a little bit. Won a Gold Glove last year. So he continues to get better.
And in the farm system for the Cubbies, you have obviously the 2 guys we just talked about, Matt Mervis. Where did he come from?
He was an undrafted free agent from the 2020 class. So it was the COVID draft class, or maybe it was 2021, the one after COVID. I can't remember, but they shortened it to 5 rounds.
Oh.
So the Cubs signed him as an undrafted player out of that draft, but there was only 5 rounds. So like he would have gotten drafted in like the 8th round if there was a normal draft.
College kid?
Yes, he played at Duke, I want to say.
Okay. And is he just a kind of a big, powerful first baseman?
Big lefty, power hitting first baseman.
Okay, so he hits left-handed, and I assume fields left-handed. He throws left.
I think so.
Okay, and then Morel, where'd you get him from?
He had to be an international free agent.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, they're both. Now, what about on the pitching front? I mean, those are your 2, if you will, ready-to-go kind of guys, right? Like next in line would be Mervis and Morel.
Yes, and then Pete Crow Armstrong, the center fielder
That's
who they
right.
got in that Baez trade where they traded Baez to the Mets for half a year and now got one of the top 20 prospects in baseball.
Okay.
Future center fielder. He's probably a year or 2 away still, though.
Pitching-wise?
Pitching-wise,
it's been a struggle for the Cubs.
It has. Now, Hayden Wesneski's probably the top guy. He's with the big league club.
I didn't bet on him last night. How'd he do?
Well.
Did he? Okay.
The bullpen choked it last night. It wasn't his fault.
4-1, was that right?
I knew you must have laid off the bet since he pitched well.
I did that for you. I did that for him, actually. I thought, this isn't fair to that young man. He's doing everything he can to make an impression in the big leagues, and I keep putting the Lonte jinx on him with regards to betting. So I stayed away from it.
I'm trying to think if he starts against the Cardinals next week.
Let's go.
It might be a problem.
Can you imagine the Cardinals just all of a sudden getting hot for a week?
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Then as a Cub fan, you'd be like, are you kidding me?
Oh, I know that's going to happen.
You're pathetic, and all of a sudden, you know how many years the Cardinals have been good, and we'll go into Wrigley, and the Cubs will sweep us. And I'm just like, really? I mean, you guys... Like my brother always used to get so mad. He's like, here comes, we got the World Series next week. I'm like, what? He's like, oh yeah, Cardinals are at Wrigley. He goes, it's World Series time in Chicago. They'll all hands on deck. They'll win every game. Everybody will. He used to get so frustrated with that, and I'm like,
oh, but I know that's what's happening next week.
Oh, yeah. Nato will go crazy.
That's what I was going to say. I look at Nolan Arenado's numbers. He'll homer 4 times at Wrigley. No problem.
Goldie always plays well.
Oh, for sure.
Against the Cubbies. So, and then all of a sudden we'll have 4. Do we play you 4 times?
I think it's 3.
3 times. We'll have 3 quality starts.
Yep.
Steven Matz will actually look good. What if we project out, I wonder who is going to be pitching. Well, we're only at what is it, Wednesday?
We can probably project out. Let's do it.
So Matt's pitched yesterday on a Tuesday.
So his next start's got to be on Sunday, so he's probably going to miss the series.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah. So he'd
unless
start.
the Cardinals have an off day. No, because they just started last night. No.
Yeah, they don't. So you will face tonight's pitcher, which is
Miles
Michaelis. So you'll face Michaelis. I'm guessing you'll face Flaherty.
Is that who pitches tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'm trying to pull it up if MLB.com will load on me.
Okay. Well, yeah, it'd be fun to kind of look ahead at that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make
it will be Flaherty
in
Game 2. And then...
And the Cubbies, who's throwing tonight for the Cubbies?
It is Marcus Stroman.
Okay,
so
it'll be
get Game 1 of that series.
Stroman and Michaelis. If you're Miles Michaelis right now, you're going against Ohtani tonight, and then you'll go Stroman at Wrigley next week. That's not fun.
No, it isn't.
That isn't fun at all. So Flaherty then would go against...
Flaherty. So tomorrow's spot is supposed to be where Jameson Tyone would usually be. He's still hurt, but I think he will be back for the Cardinals series.
Of course he will be.
So he'll probably pitch on Tuesday.
Okay, we'll get Tyone on Tuesday.
And then Wednesday, Jordan Montgomery looks like would be lined up to pitch for the Cardinals against Justin Steele.
Ah, wow. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a I haven't been paying much attention. Now, next week we have 4 games to finish the regular season, Andrew. But I'm going all in next week on Major League on the Cardinals. So I am jumping in head first, hoping that we somehow can get the last game against the Angels and 3 against the Tigers. Is that fair? And that would mean a 4-game winning streak going to Wrigley. And then I'm going to go all in watching every one of those games. And after that series, like if the Cardinals just absolutely blow that series, then I'm just going to chalk it up like this year's done. But if we, for some reason, get 2 or 3 at Wrigley after sweeping the Tigers, then I'm all in. Then all of a sudden we're only like 4 back of the Cubbies.
Probably less than that.
Less than that. Yeah, they'd be less than that. So, okay, I'm basically going to hold myself accountable to really jump back into baseball for 3 days next week, and then that's going to make a decision for me. But then again, I mean, June's going to roll around in July, and I'm not going to watch baseball? What the hell am I going to watch? I mean, I think I'm done with
honest,
Netflix stuff.
You're not going to declare the season over on May
No, you're
9th.
right. You're right. Maybe for me, though, because why would I look at the excruciating, basically what I like to do now is I wake up in the morning and I look and the Cardinals lost. And I'm like, oh, well, imagine
the day that ends in Y.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what, though? Instead of being mad for 3.5 or 3 hours, or, well, now it's 2.5, I'm just mad for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, all right, well, you know what? I'm up. Let's get showered. Let's get to work. Let's go.
It's a good way to do it because when I'm watching a Cubs game like last night, when it's a close game and the bullpen blows it again in the 8th inning, then I'm mad for the next hour and a half. So I got to take on your strategy.
You know what's happened all of a sudden, too? You know what's happened? That win the Sixers had against Boston in Game 1, it sucked me right in. I am right in. Now Embiid's saying he's going to play.
Yep.
I can't imagine the Sixers get 2 games in Boston. I mean, we got a little Moses Malone faux going right here. You probably don't even remember him. One of the best players in the – well, I don't know if I'd say one of the best players. He was a really good NBA player. And one year for the Sixers in 1983, he predicted – he said faux, meaning 4-4-4, and the Sixers, I think, went 4-5-4 to win the championship. Just dominated all the way through. But now, isn't there an extra series now? Yeah, I mean, you have to play 4 series.
Yeah, 4 series.
There's not even, used to be just 3. You'd win a title. So, but yeah, I just can't imagine the Sixers would lead Boston up 2-0 in that. But man, you called it the other day with James Harden.
I did. I said Harden's got a heck of a chance with Joel Embiid out. Sixers, no one's taking them to win this Game 1 in Boston. And Harden's got the narrative around him that, hey, he doesn't really show up in the playoffs, or at least hasn't recently.
Boy, he did.
And he showed up in game 1. That was a heck of a performance.
What did he have?
45.
45, that's right. Do you ever look at him and just want to shave his beard? Like, do you ever? It makes me uncomfortable to look at James Harden. Even if I was a guy that could grow a beard. Like, if you're a dude out there right now that has a beard, are you uncomfortable looking at James Harden's beard? It looks like it's like 3 beards.
I can't imagine having that and just
it goes like
playing
halfway,
a basketball game with that.
I know. It goes like halfway across his mouth. Like, you can only see a little bit of his mouth. I get a kick out of Harden, too, because did you see the interview after the game that he did? Like,
I didn't.
He never looks at the reporter. And, she was asking, James, big night for you. No Joel Embiid. This had to feel good tonight. And he just is staring off, and he's like, yeah, I felt good. I knew I had to come out and play well for this team to win, and I did. And now we got other things to take care of. And he's looking around. He's never looking at her. And then at the very end, he looks down, and he's like, thank you. And he's weird. Like, he's a weird dude. That guy had a beard in college, I think. At Arizona State when it's 120 degrees. I just want to shave James Harden's beard. I'm going to jump back in tonight, aren't I? I think it's like 8
Embiid's
p.m.
back. Game 2, if you get this game, you're in great shape. It's 7 o'clock on TNT.
7, okay.
Although part of me does think that the Celtics are going to bounce back in a big way tonight. With Jaylen Brown's going to play better than he did.
Yeah. Tatum, he'll have his game.
I'm looking at pictures of Harden at Arizona State, by the way. He did not have...
beard?
No, he had a beard, but it wasn't the long one that
crazy.
Extends down.
Okay.
It was just a normal beard.
I remember Illinois played him. Illinois beat James Harden, I think. Maybe in the Maui. Somebody's going to remember this. I forgot to pull up the U of I Atlanta Link text line. I'll do that. But, yeah, we beat James Harden. We beat Arizona State. Maybe look to see the last time. I bet that's the last time Illinois played Arizona State. And it would have been when James Harden was there. I'm almost positive because I remember thinking, who is this guy? Going in, he was all the hype, and obviously he was really good, and he's still really good. It's amazing how well he dribbles the ball. He's not built like he's not built like Steph Curry, right? Steph Curry is like a wizard with the ball, dribbling. And that's how a lot of times he gets his shots because he can dribble so well. He creates space for himself. But Harden has got that little step back. Now, I think he travels every time.
He does.
But we let that go,
Illinois has played Arizona State one time in program history in the sport of basketball, and it was in the 2007 Maui Invitational against James Harden, who had just 6 points on 2 of 9 shooting in the game.
Let's go.
Illinois won 77-54.
Take that, James Harden. Take that. Although now I got to root for him because he's on the Sixers. I wish they were going back to the Spectrum. The Spectrum used to be really cool. Back in the day, we laughed about smoking. Seemed like everybody smoked back then. Like I don't. But every game at the Spectrum, they would say the Sixers and the Spectrum and the Sixers. Thank you for not smoking. That's what the guy would say. And then if you'll notice, whenever Philadelphia, they carried on the tradition. I don't know why, but the PA guy every game at home at Philly would always say 2 minutes remaining in the game, and they still do it. Mm-hmm. The other day I was watching a Sixers game at home, and they were like 2 minutes. I was like, oh, all right, we still do the 2 minutes. That's interesting. All right, so I wouldn't say I'm all the way back on the NBA. Let's don't get out of hand here. But that certainly piqued my interest the other day when the Sixers beat the Celtics. So we'll see. It would just be nice to, boy, I'll tell you what, if you take care of the Celtics, now all of a sudden you either got the Knicks or the Heat, right?
Yeah.
The Heat are 8 seed. I mean, you could throw the seeds out, but 5.
I think the Knicks are the 5, yep.
And Miami even that series up.
The Knicks even that series up last night.
Right, and it's going to Miami.
Without Jimmy Butler in that game.
Really?
He did not play.
Why are all these stars?
Everyone's hurt.
Everybody's hurt, and the team plays better without him, it seems like. Now,
the Heat nearly won that game without him.
That's unbelievable. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, because the Knicks won the game. So, all right. So, That's tied at 1 going back to Miami. And then, of course, the Sixers are up 1-0 with another game at what's that called in Boston?
TD Garden.
I was going to say, isn't it BTD or something? TD Garden in Boston. Okay, and then on the other side, Anthony Davis went nuts.
He did, finally. He really hadn't been playing well in the playoffs, but he had, 30 and 20 last night?
Gee-money. I didn't know he had that in him.
I didn't really think so either. He had 30 points, 23 rebounds, 4 blocks.
Wow. So the Lakers care of...
get it. What in the world was that shot? I don't know if you saw the end of that game.
I did not.
Warriors are down 3 with about 10 seconds left, and they have a last possession, and Jordan Poole decides he's going to take a shot from about 30 feet, and Steph Curry's on his roster looking for the basketball.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, Jordan Poole's turned into a pretty good little
good.
NBA player.
I'm not saying
but you're not shooting that one.
Right.
Sorry, Jordan. You are not shooting that shot. Not when you have Clay. Although Clay, has he struggled?
He's been playing pretty well here lately.
Okay. He just doesn't seem the same. I mean, it seemed like there were a couple of years where it was like...
Last year, he for sure wasn't the same when he was coming back. I think this year he started to get his form back.
It was 1A, 1B, right, with Curry Thompson.
It's now it's not quite that
It's
anymore.
1-2. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's no B with that anymore. But, all right, let's do this. When we come back, is that enough NBA talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the other series we're forgetting? Suns are down 2-0.
They are, and Chris Paul is out for the next couple games.
Okay.
So it's not looking good for them.
Denver's got what, Jokic?
Jokic, man. I will be happy to see the Nuggets take down the Suns and the Nuggets if they can make it to the finals because Jokic is just so good. And he doesn't he's won 2 MVPs, but I'd like to see him win because he's pretty much carried that team on his back the last 4 years.
Who else does Denver have?
Jamal Murray.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And Michael Porter Jr., went to Missouri. And
didn't he have brothers? Michael Porter Jr. Wasn't there another Porter out there, or maybe not? Maybe not.
I don't know if there is one that's his brother, but there might be another one.
Okay. Jamal Murray's good. Where did he play? Kentucky?
Kentucky.
All right. Jamal Murray is really good. And Jokic, of course, international. So Denver up 2-0 in that series. I got nothing against LeBron. I think I'm just ready to move on from that era. Is that fair?
Yes.
Although this is pretty stinking impressive if the Lakers can...
If they win a title and he
my goodness.
leads a third... Well, he won one with the Lakers already.
What
but if
would
he
that
leads
do?
another franchise to a title, wins his 5th, it's... Even as a... I mean, obviously I wasn't alive for... MJ, but it's going to make it real tough.
Bulls won 6, right?
Bulls won 6. He'll win his 5th. I mean, I'm not saying that ends it. LeBron's the best player ever, but it's going to make the argument a lot closer if that happens this year because winning one at 38 would be pretty incredible.
Is there any kind of a, like, picture a straight line from here to Champaign. You have all the Jordan people on the right and all the LeBron people on the left. There is nobody like hovering around that line. Right? You either are correct,
right,
or this guy's correct.
Yep.
But I wonder how much that would bring people to the middle. In other words, the Jordan people, I wonder, do you get a little bit closer to that
I don't
line
know.
if LeBron wins a 5th title?
I don't know how many people are going to do that because so many in this debate, you're not really budging from your
You're not. You're totally not.
It would be the people like me that I wasn't alive to watch Michael Jordan play. I don't really like LeBron that much.
It's like our
and I'm a Bulls fan, so I kind of retroactively
no doubt.
Back MJ, right? And so
it's like our
the one like
landscape.
me that would start to rethink it a little bit.
Right. I mean, our political landscape right now, I've never seen it like this, where you are either over here or you're over there, and there is no way you're going anywhere near that middle. That's just kind of how we are right now. I don't know. It would be interesting to see because the argument against LeBron obviously was that he started these massive teams, right? Super teams, getting the stars together. And I'm not saying Anthony Davis is not good, obviously. Look what he did last night. But Anthony Davis the last couple of years has not been that great of a player. And who else on the I can't even name the Lakers starting
bunch
lineup.
Of role players. They had Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. Where was he from?
From Oklahoma, who's been playing well for them. They added D'Angelo Russell They added D'Angelo Russell at the trade deadline.
That's right.
Who's been playing well for them. And they added Jared Vanderbilt at the trade deadline, who's been playing well for them. I'm trying to think who else.
Jared Vanderbilt had to come from money, right? I mean, isn't there a famous Vanderbilt name? Obviously. I mean, they named a college after. I wonder if he's from that bloodline. Like, Jared, you're going to be worth $700 million, whether you play in the NBA or not. But I applaud him for Jared Vanderbilt. Never even heard. Where did he go to college?
Kentucky.
I don't remember him.
Oh, they got Rui Hachimura as well from Gonzaga. But yeah, I mean, come on, it's LeBron, Anthony Davis, and a bunch of role players. Yeah. I mean, and like you said, Anthony Davis really hasn't been himself until obviously last night.
So that would obviously help in the argument for LeBron, because I think a lot of people strike down his argument in the sense that, well, he had to go create teams to win titles.
Yep, and he's 4-6 in the finals and whatnot. He's not quite at that.
And of course, the Bulls, just through great drafting, etc., they built with Jordan and Scottie Pippen and that crew. I mean, I know Jordan didn't set out to build super teams, but he had a pretty super roster around him, right? I mean, Harvey, or was it Horace Grant?
Mm-hmm.
Horace Grant.
He was with them for the first 3 titles.
Stacey King. Those certainly aren't unbelievable players, but they were solid players. John Paxson. Yeah. No?
And then you got Rodman for the second 3.
Yeah, no, that helped. That helped.
Hall of Famer, one of the best rebounders ever.
He was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. And then you'd see him dressed like a girl or something out at a dance floor. You're like, what?
Some of the stories they had on the Last Dance documentary about him, where he had to go take a little vacation to Vegas in the middle of their 6th title and didn't show back up to practice. Jordan had to go knock on his hotel room door.
Oh, my goodness. I bet Jordan was so mad. Didn't Jordan do that on the night of a game against the Knicks? He went and gambled until like 4 a.m. or something.
That's right, yep.
And then came back and scored like 50 I mean, unbelievable. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, by the way, we haven't said this. Is this good?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm just waiting to get confirmation.
Okay. At 4:30 today, we think Jackson Buchanan, member of the Illinois golf team, I believe he's a sophomore.
Yep.
Jackson Buchanan has really emerged for the Illini this season. He has kind of taken that next step and really kind of notched himself as that second, or maybe not second, but that third or fourth golfer, he and Matisse. So unbelievable what he is doing this season. So we think Jackson Buchanan is going to join us.
And it is just confirmed, 4:30.
Sweet. Okay. All right. So be able to talk to him. We have efforted Crystal Wang and the Illini squad with Renee Sloan and such, because they're doing well. I think the Illini women's tennis made it into the NCAA tournament, so congrats to that crew. That's awesome on that end. So a lot of good stuff happening at Illinois, especially with the 2 golf programs. And I am so ready to get the NCAA play going, especially on the men's side. I cannot wait for this team to just stick its claws into that NCAA and make some noise.
I think they just announced today they're the 1 seed playing at East Lansing.
Oh, okay.
On the 15th.
Got it. All right, good call on that.
In the regionals.
So here's what we'll do. We've got, of course, Jackson Buchanan, 4:30. We'll play a little bit of Brett Bielema. We played one snip. What am I trying to say? Clip? Yesterday about the secondary. There's a couple of wide receivers that maybe could help Illinois this season that we'll hear from Brett next hour. We'll do that. When we come back, we'll kind of look at the MLB standings. There's some surprises for you. If you're one of those like me who really doesn't pay attention to that much anymore, but all of a sudden you're like, well, yeah, I'll look at the standings. Like, what? There's some that doesn't make any sense going on in Major League Baseball. So we'll do all that. If you want to weigh in, 359-2255, 217-359-2255. It is The Drive.
Pia's opens every morning, daily at 7 a.m. You will find it all at Pia's with live video gaming, sports, food, drinks, and fun. See you at Pia's, West Springfield Avenue in Champaign. Serving food 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. and drinks until 2 a.m. daily. Pia serves up its famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger along with great wings and so much more. You will find it all at Pia's with live video gaming, sports, food, drinks, and fun. See you at Pia's, West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
When you know you've got a problem and something's bugging you, call on American Pest Control and take control. You be wise, Americanized. Call on American Pest Control. That's how you get back in control. Call American Pest Control. American Pest Control. No more bugs to bug you. Take control.
Kids may love bugs, but we don't. It's time now for a no-obligation termite inspection. American Pest Control has now installed the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System to over 6,000 homes right here in central Illinois. The Centricon system provides complete colony elimination. Make sure your home is protected. Get their home before they get yours.
Call American Pest Control. American Pest Control. No more bugs to bug you. Take control.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
Hi, this is Kirk Lehman, owner of Aftershock Decals and Design. We are a one-stop shop for your business needs. Whether you're just starting up or already in business, we can help you get your brand out there. We do everything from logo design or redesign, outdoor signage to banners, window and wall graphics, fleet graphics, vehicle wraps, and more. We also provide custom racing wraps and decals. If you need anything I just mentioned, you need to get a quote from me, Kirk Lehman. Just visit us at AftershockDD.com.
Here's Scott Allen, manager of Paxton Hardware and Rental, to tell you about his store.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're just a nice small-town hardware store who really cares about our community and really cares about our customers. All we want to do is provide you with the best service we can, the best products we can, the best selection we can.
Paxton Hardware and Rental has everything you could need.
It's an awful lot, though. It's hard to keep it all straight sometimes, but we can find it for you.
Paxton Hardware and Rental, 217-379-3611.
You're going to get first-class, first-rate service here at Paxton Hardware and Rental.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday mornings 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Yeah, that's where it is. Who needs Derek Piper? Is that what you guys say when I'm gone? You're like, man, it's nice to do a show without him. Egotistical guy. I heard myself yesterday. Somebody asked me today if I ever listen to myself. I'm like, well, sometimes like after a show, now that we record the 3 o'clock hour and play it back, sometimes if I'm driving somewhere, I'll listen a little bit to see what I sound like, see how the flow is, etc. I listened to yesterday and I said like 10 times in about 4 minutes. Now, what is that about? That is unprofessional. That's professional. That's that would be a cool pun, but obviously it's not. I don't know. Do you ever catch yourself, we always laugh about stuff like that, like etc. I say that word a lot. Just little things like that you kind of catch yourself doing, and the thing is really annoying. Very annoying. So I'm going to try not to do that. But really, in reality, I'm not.
You're not going to know. That's the
I'm
thing.
not going to know,
You can't really
right?
catch yourself until after.
Usually you say the word because you are without thought. Or you're not confident about what you're talking about. So if I said to you, let's talk Seattle Kraken and how they're up 1-0 in the series, and I said, Kyle, I need you to I need you to go for 3 minutes and break down the Seattle Kraken.
That'd be a lot of ums.
There'd be a lot of ums in there, right? You know what? Because I could do that. Have you ever heard the Hockey Minute? I've never done one while you were here. We used to do this. You'll like it. It's the Blackhawks song. Oh, look what's going on. And then I would go for like a minute talking about NHL hockey. Like I could go on an absolute tear about the Blackhawks and the Blues, and how stinking bad they are, and the Blues have literally hardly any cap space for next year, so what are they going to do? It's going to be the same guys coming back to lose, essentially, because that was weird. As weird as it is for the Cardinals, much weirder than the Blues, but the Blues just all of a sudden were a team that didn't, what? I mean, we knew the Blackhawks weren't going to be good, and, you know, they're slowly trying to work their way back into being good again. They did get the 3 titles, but the Blues, I mean, like Justin Falk, Krug, all these, like Parayko, these defensemen that just all of a sudden aren't very good. They're all signed for like 4 more years. I don't know. That is your Hockey Minute. All right, Kyle. Seattle Kraken, go. Yeah!
That's how much I know about the Kraken.
Not even a word about them. Not even a word. You don't
I know they're still alive in the playoffs. I know they're an expansion team that's in their 2nd year.
And they're located in Seattle.
And they're in Seattle.
Okay.
And they got a cool logo.
What is a Kraken?
Isn't it like a snake or something?
It's something to do with it's a water thing. So, see, that's what you could have done. You could have told us what a Kraken was for a minute.
Well, clearly I don't know.
All right, that was good. That was a solid attempt at the Hockey Minute. You literally just gave up immediately. You walked into the octagon and you looked across and saw the biggest guy you've ever seen. You're like, I'm out. I don't want to go in the ring with this guy. Are you actually looking up Kraken, or are we?
It's a sea monster.
Sea monster, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do this because we teased it, and we usually try to stick with what we tease. Let's go ahead and do a little, And look who just walked through the door in Philo, Illinois. Harold Reynolds to join us for this segment of Baseball Talk. All right, you brought this up to me in an email today, and you're like, we could go through the rest of baseball and look at the standings because there's some weird stuff going on. Where do you want to start, NL or...
I guess we can start in the NL.
Let's start in the NL.
The team with the best record in the NL are now tied after last night for the best record in the NL is the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And in fact, they deserve this. They deserve this.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool.
When you're a Pirates fan, normally you suck. And all of a sudden you're good. 20 wins. 20 wins for the Pirates. Not only have they won 20 games, they're 20-10. They're playing at a 6.67 clip. They're a game and a half ahead of the Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a kid that they brought up from the minors who had played like 7 billion games in the minors.
Yep.
And immediately when he got up in his first at bat, he gets dinged he took too long or whatever.
Violation.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just like that, he gets dinged. But he had a double the other night. He had his first RBI, I believe. So you not only have the Pirates winning, but you've got some cool stories going on in Pittsburgh.
Got some good vibes there.
And don't forget their stud shortstop is out for the year
That's
with
right.
a broken ankle?
I think so. Is he out for the year?
Well, maybe not the year, but he's out a while.
You're right.
That is incredible. And, of course, the Pirates, managed by Derek Shelton, who was at SIU when I was down at Southern. I think he was 2 years older than me, maybe. But Derek Shelton was a good player for SIU, for Itch Jones back in the day, and now he's managing that team. Pretty cool. I mean, let's be honest. The Pirates, it's been a long go here. You'd think at some point they'd have some guys that could go out and win games, but I love it. Every day that the Pirates are in first place or playing near first in the Central, I am going to cheer for them. I'm not a Pirates fan. If the Cardinals play them, I hope we absolutely drub the Pirates, although Pittsburgh took 2 of 3 against us, I think, earlier. Or 3 of 4.
The Cardinals get back into contention for the division. I think you'll be rooting for the Pirates a little bit less.
Oh, there's no doubt. So I want everybody to know that. But for right now, while it's kind of a cute story, I love it for the Pirates. So you got the Pirates in first. That is something that's weird. The Milwaukee Brewers in second is about where you'd expect them, first or second. Cubs One game over 500 at 15-14, 4.5 out. That's kind of about
right
where you expected them. The Reds are just kind of being the Reds. They're 7 games out. And then what's really weird, you've got the Cardinals at 10-20, 10 games out, playing at a -17 clip in run differential.
Which really isn't that bad for a team 10 under.
That's true. So that could tell you that there's some luck not going the Cardinals' way a little bit, if you want to look at it like that. All right, in the West, you've got the L.A. Dodgers are 18-13.
They weren't going to be held down for long.
Yeah, well, the Cardinals helped them. Helped springboard them right up. You know,
so did the Cubs.
That's
the Cubs beat them that one series, and then they went back to Wrigley and lost 3 of 4.
Okay, so the last 7 games, the Dodgers have won 6 out of 7 against the Cardinals, and so that's kind of where they're at 18-13. Arizona's in second. Now, that's strange, but Zach Gallen is like the best pitcher in baseball. Thanks a lot, Mizalok. Thanks for getting rid of him. Thanks a lot, Marcell Ozuna, for your 2 years of a yellow hitting sleeve that we lose Zach Gallen and Sandy Alcantara.
Yep.
Can't ever say it. The Padres 16-15. That's a little weird. Only 2 games out, but, I mean, this is a Padres team that they expect to win a World Series.
I mean, you look at that lineup.
Oh.
It should not be 16-15. Juan Soto.
Is Tatis back? Yeah, he's back.
He's back. But Juan Soto has not been good as a San Diego
He really
Padre.
hasn't. He really hasn't. So I guess all those out there that did not want to trade for Juan Soto, you're getting your moment in the sunshine right now. So, and then you got the Rockies at 10-20. Essentially, the Cardinals and Rockies made a deal for Arenado, and the Cardinals sent like 3 people we don't even know to Colorado, and now both teams are horrible. Both teams are horrible. And isn't this funny? The Rockies have the same record as the Cardinals in a division with the Dodgers. But the Rockies are only 7.5 games out, whereas the Cardinals are 10 because of the way the Pittsburgh Pirates are playing. All right, the Atlanta Braves leading the East. They're 20-10, so they're tied with Pittsburgh as the best record in the National League. That's kind of where you'd expect the Braves, right?
Oh, yeah.
The Mets, they're right there. They're 4 back. That's where you'd expect them, 16-14. The Marlins playing a little bit better than we would have thought.
Thanks to the Chicago Cubs losing 3 one-run games to them.
Oh, my gosh.
They're 10-0 in one-run games
That's
this year.
right.
That's not going to last.
That would tell you. So, in terms of the run differential, I mentioned the Cardinals were at -17 with 10 wins.
Yep.
The Marlins have 16 wins, and they're -41.
Yes. They are not going to be an above 500 team.
That just
I can
means,
guarantee you that.
Whenever they win by like a run. Like you said, they've got 10 of their 16 wins by 1 run. Well, good for them. That means Skip Schumacher's a hell of a manager. That's what that tells me. The Philadelphia Phillies, this is a little surprising. Is Harper hurt again?
He is back tonight.
Oh.
Or maybe it was last night.
Ironic. I think he played last night.
Yep.
Okay. So they're 15-16, 5.5 out. And then, of course, the Nationals they just beat the Cubbies, but they only have 11 wins. All right, so I don't know. There's really nothing too weird about that except for the Phillies, I guess. Right?
The Pirates. Oh, you mean this division.
This division. Well, I guess Miami being above Philadelphia. That's a little strange. What's the most weird thing in the National League? Is it the Cardinals in dead last, or is it the Pirates in first?
Probably both equally.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's a tie.
When you look at those two, one team's 20-10 and the other team's 10-20, and you said the Cardinals are 20-10, the Pirates are 10-20, you'd say, oh, that's
that makes
totally
sense.
expected.
Yep. How many games did the Cardinals lose to the Pirates earlier this year? Was that a 4-game series? I don't think so. I think the Pirates beat the Cardinals 2 out of 3.
I think so too, but I'll double check.
He's gonna effort. My son the other day said
it was a 4-game series, but you guys split it.
Oh, we split. Okay. Lucas was like, "Why do you always say effort?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's like a radio TV term. We're efforting Dave Smith with this live shot out of Denver, Colorado." Okay, in the American League, let's start with the Central because of the White Sox. The Twins are in. I mean, there's nothing really strange about that. Cleveland, I know a team that a lot of people thought could win it.
I'm surprised about that. 14-16 for the Guardians.
So that's probably, and Detroit's 11-17. The White Sox have 9 wins. I mean, this is truly the Cardinal fan complaining, and then the White Sox sending the GIF out saying, hold my beer. They have 9 wins, and somehow they're still ahead of the Royals, they have 7. The Royals are 7-23, but not the worst team in baseball. So is it, I mean, it's still weird to me that the White Sox have only won.
It's incredibly weird.
That's just.
And they're just, it's not one of those, like, I think with the Cardinals, you see the lineup and you see some, like the run differential and some things, you're like, they'll probably turn it around here at some point. The White Sox just look awful, and I don't really think they're going to turn it around.
Fair enough.
They're injured all the time.
Yeah, they are.
The worst defensive team in baseball.
I'm telling you, the White Sox and Cardinals need to get together and make some trades.
They might need to.
Shake it up. My milkshake. The White Sox are minus 64 run differential. That's stinky smelly. Okay, in the West, Rangers.
That's a surprise.
It is. Ahead of the Angels at 2.5. The Astros are 3 back. Now, they get little man back soon. Jose Altuve.
That's right.
He's coming back soon. Who's on the Rangers?
Well, they did that double signing last offseason where they signed Corey Seager and Marcus Semien.
Yes.
To
Good
huge
call.
deals.
I forgot about that.
And then they signed Jacob deGrom this offseason, and he is already hurt.
Is he Thor?
No, that's Noah Syndergaard.
Oh, that's Noah. Yeah, that's right. Seattle's 13-16. Thought they'd be a little bit better. And then, ladies and gentlemen, your Oakland/Las Vegas Athletics, 6-24, boasting a robust run differential of minus 118. 118. So not only are they losing, they're getting their you-know-what's kicked. Wow. All right, let's close in the East because there's a really weird thing going on here. Well, there's 2 weird things. I don't doubt the Rays, but, man, they're 24-6. They have the best record in baseball. 15-2 at home. Everybody makes fun of the Tropicana Dome, and it is weird when you go in it and when you look at it. Although I always said for $10 you can get a cup and you can drink all the pop you want. So when my kids and I went, it was like, hey, I'm probably going to be drinking beer, so you guys get all the pop you need. But they're 15-2 at home. That's pretty cool. They have a run differential plus 106. Does that lead baseball?
Has to.
It has to. Yeah, it is. Not even close. The next team is plus 74. How about that? Wow. And that's the Texas Rangers. All right, you got Baltimore at 20-9. That's a little strange.
It is, although they were pretty solid last year. They won 83 games last year. They got a ton of fun young players. They're a fun team to watch.
Okay, they're on the rise. Blue Jays, 6 out. Red Sox, 7.5 out. About where you expect them. But how about the Yankees? Dead last in the American League East, 16-15. They're 8.5 games out.
All 5 teams, are over 500 in that division.
Yeah, the Yankees have a plus run differential of plus 3. So that's amazing. Yankees are in dead last, and the Cardinals are in dead last. That's crazy. All right, we got to catch a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little Illini football or whatever you want to talk about, you being Kyle. I'll let you decide. And then Jackson Buchanan from the Illini golf team going to join us on the Tapman's Towing phone line at the end of next hour. Or I'm sorry, at the bottom of next hour.
Yep.
All right, we're back. It is The Drive.
Pepsi-Cola Champaign-Urbana Bottling, a valued member of the community for 2 generations, is proud to announce that applications are being accepted for commercial drivers, merchandisers, warehouse associates, plus a website and social media intern. Full-time positions include major medical, dental, a 401k and vacation time, along with sick time and paid holidays. To view all openings and to apply, go to PepsiColaCU.com. Then under the More header, click Employment Opportunities. Equal Opportunity Employer.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Tired of trying to keep up with Old Man Jones and his perfect lawn? Spring Green knows that we can't all spend hours a day creating that perfect shade of green, killing off all that crabgrass, and making sure every insect in the neighborhood doesn't call your lawn home this year. At Spring Green, they take the hassle out of your lawn headache with services such as lawn fertilization, weed control, grub and insect control, lime treatments, and even bush and tree care. Let the experts at Spring Green help you this season. For more information, visit them at spring-green.com. Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
They know who he is, but not where he is. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Multiple agencies, part of the manhunt for the suspect accused of killing one woman, wounding 4 others in Atlanta earlier today.
Atlanta police say Dion Patterson is still at large. Chief Darren Shearbaum said Patterson was seen heading into a medical office in Midtown Atlanta.
The shooting did occur inside the waiting room of that medical facility, where 5 individuals were shot.
All of the victims were women ranging in age from 25 to 71. Mayor Andre Dickens stressed that until Patterson is caught, he is likely armed and dangerous.
If you see him, do not approach. You are to call 911.
Police believe Patterson carjacked the vehicle to get away and may be outside the Atlanta area.
Fox's Gernal Scott, the Coast Guard, just confirming that Patterson was discharged from active duty in January and had last served as an electrician's mate, second class. The Mexican national accused of killing 5 people at a neighbor's house in Texas Friday night, now held on more than $7 million bond, charged with 5 counts of murder after being captured last night. 2 Republican lawmakers say the FBI has a document accusing then Vice President Joe Biden of being involved in a criminal scheme to exchange money with a foreign national for policy decisions.
The Justice Department and the FBI needs to come clean to the American people what they did with the document, because we know the document exists from very credible whistleblower information that we got.
Iowa Republican Senator Chuck Grassley writing a letter to the FBI chief and attorney general along with House Oversight Chair James Comer. A White House spokesman says Republicans have spent years making unfounded attacks on the president and his family, and that President Biden has offered unprecedented transparency about his finances. America is listening to Fox News.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things, because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Ukraine denies any involvement in what Russia claims was an attempt to assassinate President Putin with a drone attack near the Kremlin.
Russian officials say, in fact, Putin was unharmed by the alleged attack and was at a main residence away from the Kremlin. They even ran video of him meeting with an official to prove it.
Fox's Greg Palcott. U.S. officials have not been able to authenticate video footage released by Russia. Ukrainian officials accusing Russia of trying to escalate its war on Ukraine. Inflation has moderated, but still has a long way to go. That from Fed Chair Jay Powell as the central bank makes another quarter-point rate hike.
With today's action, we have raised interest rates by 5 percentage points in a little more than a year. We are seeing the effects of our policy tightening on demand in the most interest rate-sensitive sectors of the economy. particularly housing and investment.
Powell also says he thinks there's a greater chance of avoiding recession than falling into one, but he's not ruling it out, leaving Wall Street with a lot to think about. The Dow dropping 270 points in a late sell-off. The newest Rock and Roll Hall of Famers are announced.
Holla! Missy Elliott, Sheryl Crow, Kate Bush, Willie Nelson, Soul Train creator Don Cornelius, George Michael, and Shaka Khan. The Spinners and Rage Against the Machine have all been inducted into the Cleveland-based Rock Hall. One of this year's breakthroughs is Missy Elliott, who becomes the first female hip-hop artist in the Hall. Kate Bush was a nominee last year, but got in riding a wave of popularity after the hit Netflix series Stranger Things featured her song. Also making the cut, Elton John's songwriting partner Bernie Taupin, DJ Kool Herc, and influential guitarist Link Wray. The induction ceremony will take place November 3rd in Brooklyn, New York. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
The Rock Hall's chairman says this year's ceremony coincides with Willie Nelson's 90th birthday and the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. Elisa Brady, this is Fox News.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, and vicinity. Nice spell of weather ahead for the next couple of days. A little dry around the edges, but that too will improve with increasing shower prospects later this week. And it looks to be a wet one across the area for next week with outbreaks on a daily basis of showers and a couple of thunderstorms as the warm weather pattern continues on. Speaking of which, we'll enjoy that for the day today. Hopefully not any in the way of any dust-related and fire-related issues like we had past couple of days. Had some of that south of Lake Shelbyville yesterday and in that general vicinity. Sunny for the day today, lighter wind, the high to about 63, fair tonight 39, mostly sunny 71 tomorrow. Increasing chance for a couple of showers to break out Friday, partly sunny and 68. Have taken rain out of the forecast for the weekend and a big warm up at 74 Saturday, close to 80 on Sunday, around 80 on Monday with a couple of showers and a couple of more showers and thunderstorms breaking out morning and late afternoon stuff for Tuesday and Wednesday. Dry hours in between. High temperatures around 80 on Tuesday, 70 next Wednesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Check. I literally just create madness.
Well, they're up.
I'm going to go off here.
They don't have a great quarterback.
I got to take a break. I'm getting in trouble.
To win the Big Ten, you first got to win the West.
Bad Bunny. Have you heard his name in a while?
No.
Has it bothered you?
No. Defensively, they got to come in with some confidence.
Is that even analytics?
I'm in a parking garage, kind of lost.
Terrence Shannon, Matthew Meyer, R.J. Melendez, Coleman Hawkins.
These trophy presentations aren't over. I didn't come here to go 5-7.
I'm so proud of Illinois football right now. I'm so tired of Joel Embiid.
We're not taking Patrick Corbin.
I want to bet the Bears.
Oh.
You are Reba McEntire's niece.
Roshan Russell.
Coach Bielema.
You no longer salute to yourself.
What? We got all kinds of things for you here.
There's a lot of glass.
Oh.
Guys, we have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
It's The Drive.
Schmack Dogs.
Thunderstruck! Yeah, Thunderstruck!
Yeah, good evening, man. The sun is out. I always rip on Mother Nature, but she got it done today. Cal, we had our world-famous pork burgers for sale in Villa Grove today. The Villa Grove Chamber had a lot of great helpers down there doing it. Dave Ron working the grill, getting ready to move to Florida. I'm like, Dave, if we plan this right, we could sneak in another pork burger booth before you leave for Florida. He goes, oh, well, wouldn't that be nice of you? Nah. We sold like 160 pork burger sandwiches in an hour and a half. That's pretty impressive. Thank you to Villa Grove and the surrounding area that came out to get a pork burger booth. If you've never had one.
You got me hungry.
They're really good. They really are good. We got a little special seasoning we use. So
it's a secret?
It's a secret. Yeah, not really, but you can basically get it online. But no, it was fun. It was funny. This is how the day started. So Mark Pankow down there, who helps out with me, he owns Redline. He was getting the grill out of our trailer, and the the legs to the grill, it's a pretty big grill, right? It rolls. The legs to the grill collapsed because it's an older grill and we use it, and so he had to have his one of the guys that works for him, Casper, had to have him weld brackets on to hold the legs up. So by the time we got to where we were going there at Rick's grocery store, we were about 30 minutes late getting going. So people were very patient. So we never did catch up. That's the funny part. Like, I think one time someone walked up and I had 2 pork burgers ready to go. I'm like, you're the first person here an hour and 20 minutes in that I could actually just immediately serve you. Normally there was a wait time. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're going to be like a notable kind of restaurant, stuff like that, I mean, people will wait for good food. That's all I'm saying. But it was good, yeah. I'll have to let you know the next time you can slide down to Villa Grove before.
Please do.
I will, I promise, because we're going to try to do one in June, which will be fun. All right, we're going to talk a little Illini football here from Brett Bielema. Now, again, full transparency, this was 11 days ago or whatever at the spring game, but he had a couple of sound bites on a couple of wide receivers that he thinks maybe could help this Illinois team, and I want to get your thoughts on that as well, Kyle, about this Illinois squad. You'll be going into you're kind of the key.
I am.
You showed up, Illinois wins 8 games. So I think you are maybe the good luck charm for Illini football. So I want to get your thoughts on this team next year, and we can talk a little bit about that wide receiver range or room. Friday, this will be kind of fun. Chris Block, a buddy of mine, he owns Chris Block Racing Stables up north. He is going to join us at 3:30 to talk Kentucky Derby. First leg of the Triple Crown sets off Saturday. That's always fun. Derby Day is always fun. Do you have any thoughts of going to Derby Day? First of all, do you watch horse racing at all?
No.
Do you watch the Triple Crown at all?
I haven't.
Do you watch the Kentucky Derby at all?
Not usually.
Really? You don't even – it's 2 minutes.
I know.
It's not like we're taking up sorry, Kyle. Sorry to bother you for 2 minutes.
I just have never gotten into it. I sometimes forget it.
Okay.
It's even happening.
That's fair, but that's the Kentucky Derby. I mean, that's like Daytona 500, the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Ryder Cup. I mean, this is like the Derby, right? First leg of the prestigious Triple Crown. And we've had a couple of Triple Crown winners in your lifetime, so – all right, maybe this is the year you get a little excited about it, because you'll hear Chris on Friday, and he will get you up to speed on the field. He will get you up to speed on what things look like going in. And, of course, we'll ask him a little bit of the odds, too, like, all right, who should I throw $20 on to see if maybe they could win. I don't even know, and I'm sure some of our listeners would, where you can go to gamble on horse racing around this area. It used to be Jupiter's The Crossing had it in their basement, and that was fun. We spent a couple of Derby days at Jupiter's, and, you take an extra $50. You go down and, place 20 on a long shot, 20 on the favorite, maybe 20 on a horse that has a pretty good odds, and let it fly and see what you can do. I don't think I ever won. Shocking. But it was always kind of fun. It made the race a little bit better. But I was just looking, Churchill Downs, of course, in Louisville, where they have the race, to work with investigators after the deaths of 4 horses recently. And I was reading up a little bit on this, that Wild on Ice was entered to run in the first race, that he was entered to run the Derby, had to be euthanized last week after suffering a leg injury during a workout at the Louisville, Kentucky track. And then 3 other horses who were not expected to run in the Derby also passed away. Parents' Pride and Chasing Artie died suddenly on Saturday, and then Tuesday, Take Charge Brianna was euthanized after sustaining musculoskeletal injuries after a turf race. So Churchill Downs sent out a statement, said, while a series of events like this is highly unusual, it is completely unacceptable. We take this very seriously and acknowledge that these troubling incidents are alarming and must be addressed. So they're looking into it, and that's kind of a bummer. Right before, obviously, the Kentucky Derby. So we can ask Chris about that when he joins us, of course, on Friday at 3:30. Side note, we are not going to be here tomorrow. And the Cardinals have an afternoon game, but you've got things going on at college that you've got to get done, and I'm going to Moline, Illinois to watch Kenny Chesney. So we're taking a hall pass day and deciding to have the show off tomorrow, but we will be back Friday, and we'll get things rolling there. So excited about that. All right, we've covered baseball. We've covered NBA. You gave a hockey minute, which rated like out of 10, it wouldn't even draw a 0.
It'd be a negative.
You
1.
were Devin Witherspoon coming into college, essentially, with your rating system. And that was bad. But anyway, it was your first try. Threw it on you. And I did, in all fairness, give you a topic of the Seattle Kraken. So that was about
You could have given me any team and it would have gone the same way. Honestly, the Kraken was better because I at least know they're a new expansion team.
See? So you had at least a talking point about them. But what I didn't like is you gave up immediately. Like, the horn sounded and you're like, I got nothing. And I'm like, well, really? You can't? Like, you could have started out by saying, they're from Seattle. They're an expansion team. They are still alive in the playoffs. All of the things you actually ended up doing, but it was after you just literally I'm out. I'm not even trying this. So my goal here in the next couple of years is to get you to do a really strong hockey minute. That'll be the goal for Kyle, the intern. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Brett Bielema, who talked with the media after the spring game and introduced you to a couple of, Hank Beatty. He was here last season, had some injury issues. We'll hear what Coach B has to say about Beatty, but also Kenari Wilcher. Am I saying that correctly?
Yep.
Who is someone that has kind of jumped on the screen here for Illinois, and I think they really – now, was he here last year?
Now he's a true freshman.
True freshman, and they really like what they're seeing. So we'll hear from Coach B on that as well. We'll do it all next. It is The Drive.
Let Max Twin City Recycling pay you for your junk metal items. As the weather begins to heat up, now is a great time to put cash in your pocket for the steel, copper, brass, and aluminum items you've been meaning to get rid of. We've recently added a large concrete pad to make unloading quicker and cleaner for our customers. Visit us on North Lincoln Avenue, just north of I-74, or at maxrecycling.com.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air, they all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, disease, and insect control. Over 32 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon-Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com. Here's what somebody recently said at Pards in Urbana. I was there just a few minutes, and somebody came up and asked if I needed help. And they were incredible, helping me find the size of boot I needed, and then I bought a second pair too. Everything was friendly. Everything was excellent. Visit Pards in Urbana, 206 North Maple, between Main and University in Urbana. It's Pards Western Shop since 1968. Or go online and visit pards.com. Pards.com.
You spend half of your life indoors. That's half of your life underneath your roof. Who do you trust to keep you safe and dry underneath it? The name to remember is Roof Doctors. Roof Doctors understands the harsh weather conditions that your roof endures because they're a family and locally owned business. From your community, for your community, the doctors who make the house calls, Roof Doctors, at roofdoctors.com or phone 328-7529. Rest easy under a roof that's been treated by Roof Doctors.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Everyone's excited about the warmer weather. Let Greenview get it going for you. You want to enjoy your outdoor space, not work in it? Make Greenview your call for all jobs, big or small. Have Greenview plant a tree or garden for that special mother in your life for Mother's Day. And prom is around the corner. Imagine the photos with a Greenview flower bed exploding with color as the background. Greenview wants to help you and your yard. Go to greenview.com for details.
BMW, Buick, GMC, Honda, and Subaru. Welcome to Sarah Champagne. We can handle all your car repairs on site, including paintless dent repair, bumpers, windshields, everything in between. We have an amazing selection of new or pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Shop from home and buy online or reserve your vehicle before it hits our website or dealership. Sarah Champagne is home of the Sarah One Price Promise, delivering an honest and transparent buying experience. Hurry in or shop online at sarahchampagne.com.
Hey, Illini fans, it's Georgia B. Catch my boys Lante and Derek Piper weekdays from 4 to 6 on The Drive. Boom, boom, brr.
Good old Georgia B. It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lante, Kyle Tosk. Talking a little Illinois football. We chatted about how last season Illinois won 8 games. And really, the one area that they have guys back, I just hit fade. Why are you not? Thank you. And one of the areas they have guys back is wide receiver. Obviously, defensive line with Johnny Newton, Keith Randolph. Tara Edwards now will help in that area, of course. Offensive line, you got pretty fortunate to get Julian Pearl back.
Isaiah Adams,
Zy Chrysler.
Jordan Slaughter.
Yeah. So you got some decent, but you did lose on that line. You lose Chase Brown. Yeah, Palczewski.
Right.
You lose Chase Brown. That's huge. You lose Tommy DeVito. That's huge. But the guys that will be at the quarterback position, if we assume it's Luke Altmaier, he's going to have some decent guys to throw to. Obviously, Isaiah Williams had a big year last year. And I think, what we say, around 700 yards?
700, yep.
Did he have 82 catches?
I think he had like 85 or
That's
something.
unbelievable. That's a lot of catches. That's a lot of catches. Obviously short routes, right, for a slot dude.
Yep. 82. You're
82.
Right. You're right.
82 for like 7-something.
715.
Who was second on the team in receptions? Oh, I thought you had it pulled up. Don't worry about it. The idea is you have Casey Washington back. You have
Pat Bryant,
thank you. Sean Miller is hurt again, I think.
Is he?
I think he's banged up right now. So he was a freshman last year that out of IMG Academy. Did you see that sold, by the way? IMG Academy sold.
I didn't. By the way, second on the team in receptions last year was Brian Hightower, who entered the portal.
Okay, so Hightower in the portal. So there's still some catches to be had behind Isaiah Williams. And Casey Washington, pretty solid. Not a guy that you expect to put up huge volume. Tip Ryman now at the tight end spot. Not exactly a pass-catching tight end, more of a blocking tight end, so we'll see what happens there. The point is you need a couple of guys to step up, and Brett Bielema had a chance to talk about a couple of them. One is kind of a local product, right, over around Springfield. That's Hank Beatty. And was he Rochester?
Yes.
Yeah. And Brett Bielema spoke about Hank Beatty after the spring game about, 11 days ago?
Since Hank got here, he's got, I would say, exceptional hand skills, right? He's been a guy that's been decorated for the way he's caught the ball for his entire high school career. Catches the ball very naturally, catches it in traffic, catches it in open spacing, catches it over his shoulder. He's just a very talented receiver, and today is just a little bit of what we've seen all spring and really going back to last fall.
I think he had some injuries last year, but obviously Hank Beatty, the part of the problem with him is he plays the slot, in which you have Isaiah Williams. You're also bringing in Malik Elzy and the other
Colin Dixon.
Colin Dixon. Was he the one that was going to Cincinnati?
That was Elzy.
That's right. So you have a guy in Hank Beatty that is a little bit behind the 8 ball because he's behind Isaiah Williams. That doesn't mean he still can't get on the field and do some damage for you. The other guy that they're really excited about is Kenari Wilcher. Now, can you bring up his stats on Wilcher? And I'm talking like how tall, And
5'11".
Okay.
165, although that's going to probably change once he
Yeah.
gets in there with Tank Wright.
No doubt. So he'll be about 5'11", 175 or 180 when the season starts, maybe. But I think he's someone that they're really paying attention to, according to Brett Bielema.
Kanari, kind of what we thought. We originally recruited him as a corner, and then about halfway through, I said, "You want to play wide receiver?" And he started smiling. So pretty easy decision. I think he led the state of Florida in receptions. I go back to a couple scrimmages ago, kind of a cold day that first day, and he was the first one to catch one on a boundary with his fingertips, and just shows he has exceptional skills in the catching department. He's a very fast player, learns very well. He's a very competitive player, great personality. I think he's a huge hit for us, and I think really good things to come.
That is some good stuff about Beatty and Wilcher. So we'll see, but I think you're set with what you have for sure with the three we mentioned with Pat Bryant, Isaiah Williams, and Casey Washington.
I know they're looking in the transfer portal, too,
Yeah.
for a couple guys. You got A.J. Henning, who
that's right.
transferring from Michigan. Who
He's an Illinois kid, right?
He is, yeah. Illinois is going after him. I know Zachary Franklin from UTSA, who was there with Barry Lunny, is in the portal, who
Didn't he have
torched
like 20
Illinois.
catches against them?
He had like 150 yards against Illinois.
Wow.
I don't think Illinois, from what I've seen, really has much of a chance because you're going to get the powerhouses in on him. But
Sure.
they at least have the prior connection with Lunny.
Yeah.
But I know they're looking to maybe add another guy, but yeah, if they don't, these two are going to have a really good opportunity to make an impact.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting to see because I don't know. I mean, the worry for me is you had so much production out of Chase Brown that not like the receivers weren't good last year, but you didn't need them to be exceptional because of what you were getting out of Chase Brown. You needed the receivers to do what they did. Tommy DeVito made sure he was in direct contact with him. He hardly ever missed on a pass, and these guys caught it, and that's huge. So this year, though, the idea that you don't have Chase and you're kind of needing another group to step up, I don't see it being tight end, and that's not a rip on Tip Ryman or
Griffin
Moore or those guys. I just don't see Ryman being a guy that's going to catch a lot of balls. Now, he's going to block well. So, I mean, this is kind of a season where you need these wide receivers. I don't know how much more you can get out of Juice. You could get more yards, but he's not set up for that necessarily. He's set up more for catches than he is yards.
But to that point, I want the ball in Isaiah Williams' hands as much as possible this year when you talk about trying to replace that production.
Pat Bryant had 30 catches last year, 34?
34 catches.
Why
wow,
was
that is really impressive.
I looked at that one time, and I think
34 catches for 453 yards.
Now, that can improve. Casey Washington
had 31 catches for 306 yards. The really interesting thing about him is he has yet to catch a touchdown in his collegiate career.
He's never caught a touchdown?
Nope.
He's caught a lot of first downs.
That's right.
So that's big for Casey, but I didn't realize that about touchdowns. That's interesting. So right there, you're looking at 60 and 80, 100, about 150 catches out of those three guys. So, I don't know how much more they can elevate that. I don't know if Malik Elzy makes an appearance and all of a sudden you're throwing it all over. I mean, you've got a quarterback in Luke Altmaier that you trust, but are you having him just throw the ball all over the field? Brett Bielema is going to want to run the ball. So I feel like this wide receiver room is an important one this year for Illinois to do what they did last year in terms of winning 8 games or at least getting to a bowl. I think that room has got to elevate. And we'll see. We'll see if they do. A lot of that has to do with the quarterback. All right, when we come back, we're going to visit with Illinois golfer Jackson Buchanan. Excited to talk to him and ask him about how the season's gone so far, plus looking ahead now that they've won the Big Ten and the NCAA is next. We'll do it all next. It is The Drive.
By now, you've all heard the expression, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. But who are they? They, the PDR staff, understand that a name is only as good as the people that represent it. The PDR staff has more than 335 years of combined automotive experience, several employees now on staff for more than 25 years. PDR, more than just a name. Family owned and operated, now celebrating over 50 years in business.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Let Max Twin City Recycling pay you for your junk metal items. As the weather begins to heat up, now is a great time to put cash in your pocket for the steel, copper, brass, and aluminum items you've been meaning to get rid of. We've recently added a large concrete pad to make unloading quicker and cleaner for our customers. Visit us on North Lincoln Avenue, just north of I-74, or at maxrecycling.com.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
It's spring, which means it's time for spring cleaning. Do you have unwanted furniture, appliances, home accessories, or building materials? Does your business have overstock or obsolete inventory? Donate your new or gently used items to the Habitat for Humanity Restore. Sale of your donated items to the public at budget-friendly prices reduces landfill waste while helping families in our community gain access to affordable housing. Visit cuhabitat.org or call 217-359-0507 today to schedule a free donation pickup.
If you're looking for a pre-owned car, truck, or van, look no further than Sarah Champagne. You know them for their 5 incredible vehicle brands, the BMW, Honda, Subaru, Buick, and GMC. But did you know they also have over 100 used cars, trucks, and vans in stock right now? And at Sarah Champagne, they will take care of you. You can trust them. And prices begin at under $2,000. Stop by Sarah Champagne. They're at Burwash and Savoy, or go online, sarahchampagne.com. That's Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com. Hi, it's Stevie J. Sit back and relax and take the drive with Lonte and Derek Piper. Weekdays 4 to 6 right here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Kyle, you were supposed to remind me to put Game Changer on because Andrew's game is, but it actually is not. It hasn't started yet, so bonus for me to try to get out and watch Andrew play tonight against those Fisher Bunnies. Excited to play Fisher always. All right, it is The Drive with Say and Piper. I'm Lonte. Derek Piper on vacation, so Kyle Tosk doing some big yeoman work this week. And I want to let you know this segment coming up is brought to you by Game Day Spirit. Game Day Spirit, 2 locations, Green Street, obviously the one that Kyle goes to. First Street is where adults go. I'm kidding. 2 great locations, so make sure you check them out. You've got golf weather slowly seeping in, and of course we're talking golf right now, so get out and get a great looking golf polo at Game Day Spirit. Always appreciate how they take the time and join our show and the sponsor again of this segment. So we bring in Illinois golfer Jackson Buchanan. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
you guys doing?
Well, listen, you got Adrian, you got Cool, you've got Matisse, you got all these studs, and we reach out for Jackson Buchanan. You got to bring it today, my friend.
I'm already bringing it from the get-go. I know I have to every day.
You know what? That's a great way to start. And by the way, we're doing well. I appreciate you asking me that. That's a great way to start, Jackson, with regards to you show up at practice or meets, but let's talk about practice. You show up and you've got 3 absolute studs standing there, plus Pearson Hunt. I mean, I can go down the list, but if you just look at those 3 guys that are the 5th-year seniors, what was that like to walk into the room with those guys knowing, man, I've got to compete with that?
I mean, I bet you can imagine what it's like coming in as a freshman.
Oh.
And your teammates are Adrian Dumont, Desjardins, and Tommy Cole. And you're like, wow, I am bad. So I learned pretty quickly how good you have to be to compete at this level. And then bringing in Matisse, I mean, he's a stud too, obviously. And so this year it's been even more competitive. So, I mean, as you said, yeah, you got to bring it every day here. And that's what I do. That's what we do. And it's tough. Sometimes when you don't bring it, it can be embarrassing, but that's the good thing about this program.
Absolutely, and that's the great news, that you've got guys there that obviously can pick you up on a day maybe you're not playing so well. But let's be honest, Jackson, there's been some days you've played really well for this Illini golf team. Did you – I know this is – I wouldn't say unexpected. I mean, obviously you've got the talent level that is as high as anybody on this squad. But have you even kind of surpassed your expectations to date for this season?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I at the start of the year I set any expectations. I just kind of was like, let's just every day try to get as good as you can.
Sure.
And learn from the older guys, which is what I try to do. And you just find yourself getting better and better and better. And there's tournaments where you don't play well, and it's kind of a roller coaster, but you try to find your way moving up. So I wouldn't say surpass my expectations, but I'm definitely a much better player than I was at the beginning of the year. I like to believe I'm a better player than I was last week, than I was yesterday, but obviously this is a tough game we play, so it's a roller coaster, that's for sure. But I wouldn't say any expectations, but
okay.
But yeah, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Illinois sophomore Jackson Buchanan, he has really had a great season so far for the Illini. Are you on Twitter? I should have done my homework. What's your Twitter handle?
I have Twitter. It's probably my least used social media account, but I love going on it like every other day and just just scrolling through.
Well, maybe we can get you a follower or two. Do you know what your handle is?
Yeah, I do. It is it's JT_Buchanan23.
Boom.
My middle name's Tyler, so.
Okay. JT_Buchanan23. Why the 23? I always love the stories behind that.
So yeah, you're right. There's obviously a story behind the number. I grew up playing sports. My dad played baseball in college, and his number was 23.
Sweet.
So when I picked up baseball, I was like, I want to be like my dad. So I put 23 on my back, and it's always been my number.
You were one heck of a baseball player, right? What positions did you play, and what made you kind of, I guess, go the golf direction, if you will?
It's a funny story. I was kind of short and fast. I hit a lot of singles. I wasn't a big hitter, but I played second base, center field.
Nice.
Covered a lot of ground. I like to take pride in how I, played in the field. But I live on a golf course, so it's a funny story. It's like, I think my sister, she had like homecoming or something, and her date was this big football player I really looked up to, and he came over and he's like, "Man, if I lived on this course, I'd be out there every day." And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try that.
Why am I not?
So I grabbed these. That's exactly right. I grabbed these little kid clubs that I had in like fourth grade for some lessons I never wanted to do. And this was like, I think, seventh grade, and I went out there, and I just started whacking away.
I love it.
I found myself at the PGA Superstore with my dad buying a little set, and before I knew it, I was playing golf.
Well, Jackson Buchanan, when you help lead Illinois to a national title, we've got to get the football dude on the air with us, because we got to thank him for making you a golfer. That's what we got to do.
He always tells me, he's like, whenever you tell people how you picked up the game, you have to tell them the true story. Because I can kind of say, I live on a golf course. I just walked out there, but that's the true story. That's really how it happened.
I bet. I hope you texted him after the tournament you had in Missouri. What in the world, Jackson? Did you have one bad shot in that tournament?
I did.
One.
I had. So the first two rounds I was 8 under through, I think, 14, and the first round those 36-hole days, I was getting tired. I hadn't fueled right, and I had a few bad 3 putts and some bad shots. But that second round, I don't think I hit a bad shot. I think it was just one of those rounds. Putts were going in, shots were going close.
That's awesome. Whoop. Kyle, sorry, I didn't have your mic on. My fault.
I know this past weekend at the Big Ten Championships, you were leading individually on Sunday before they had to call it due to weather. Obviously, you guys had a ton to celebrate as a team, taking home the Big Ten title, but were you a little disappointed that you got that opportunity stripped from you to take home medalist honors?
I mean, obviously, of course, as a competitor,
sure.
It just we all, we're all like, when the week started, we were like, this could be a 36-hole tournament. But when you're playing, you're zoned in. I knew I was playing well. I wasn't sure if I was in the lead, but that's what you play the game for. You play it for those last 9 holes where you have the 10th best player in the world behind you, tracking you down, and on your own team. So it was when Coach came over and said they called it. It wasn't just me that was down. It was everybody that was in contention, because with 9 holes left, I mean, you don't know know who's going to win. But I mean, I took it with confidence, though. I'd like to think that I would have finished strong and won, but Adrian could have shot 5 under and beat me. So we'll never know. But it was a bummer. But we did what we came there to do, and we got the team win, and it was really fun to celebrate.
So you didn't empty your clubs and just start throwing them and just throw a fit on the golf course?
No. I stared outside into the wind and rain for about 30 seconds. I was like, is that really happening? But,
well,
yeah, it was a weird feeling, that's for sure.
I bet. Jackson Buchanan is our guest, Illinois sophomore golfer. You guys win the Big Ten, ho-hum, right? I mean, that's like, Illinois won the Big Ten again. Shock. But you know what? There has been a couple of years here where this program has not basically lived up to what they have always done in the NCAA, and here we come. Right. What is the mindset with a sophomore on this squad that knows that you could play a huge part in this? What is your mindset going into the NCAAs?
It's almost a mindset that we carry into every tournament. The good thing about golf is golf. No matter what tournament you're playing, you're still hitting that white ball around, and it's just to play with the mindset that we always play with, and that's to just grind, be grinders. Whether you're 10 over or 10 under, that shot matters, and you have to treat that shot as important as any other shot in the day. And that's you have to dummy it down to simplify it as much as you can, because the game is so complicated. So the mindset is it's really just grind, play hard. And as we've seen this year, if we play hard and we play to our standard, good things happen.
No doubt.
That's where we're at right now. Because I have good players on this team, unreal coaches, so I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're ranked.
That's pretty much it.
You guys are ranked 2nd in the country, deservedly so, with what you've been able to do this season. What is that like to carry around I know number 1's what you're shooting for, and the rankings could mean nothing essentially if you don't go get it done on the course. But that's got to be a cool feeling to look up and see a 2 right by Illinois.
Right. I mean, we were playing the practice round for Big Tens, and we were, a few guys were just, including myself, just kind of hitting some errant shots, not very focused. And Coach was like, hold on, guys. I know he doesn't, we don't worry about rankings that much, but he's like, guys, we're the 2nd, 3rd ranked team in the country for a reason. Like,
wow.
Let's just play like it. Like, play your game. We're ranked good for a reason.
Sure.
And obviously we try not to get obsessed with rankings, but, we're pretty darn good, so it's nice to know that you're a top team in the country. We like to think that we're the best team in the country, but rankings are rankings, obviously.
Yeah.
But so we don't get obsessed with it, but we understand that we've got good players, and there's a good team here, that's for sure.
Final question for Jackson Buchanan, Illinois golfer. Have you played the course in East Lansing? What did you as a team think about? Obviously, you're the 1 seed in this thing, but what do you think about the field? What do you think about the course? What do you know about it? How, fill me in everything you can here going into this, which I think starts on next Wednesday, I believe, or this coming Wednesday, right? Okay.
So I've actually only been to Michigan once in my life, and that was in the fall for our Folds of Honor event, which Michigan State hosted at the course that Jack Nicklaus designed, which was awesome. But
sweet.
So this will be my second time in Michigan. So I've obviously never been to the course, but it is a Midwestern course, which is something we like. I know Tommy Cool can roll the ball on the bent grass green, so that'll be fun to watch. But it's like I said earlier, golf is golf. Florida's coming up, so you got a good team. There's almost every team there is good.
Yeah.
So you can't go in there thinking playing average will get the job done. You have to bring your A game because of how deep college golf is. It's like NCAA basketball now.
No doubt.
You see upsets every year, and that's how golf is now. It's deep. You can't treat it like you're the 1 seed. You have to treat it like 0-0 when you get out there, and that's what we know right now. And I don't think any of us have played the course. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But as far as treating the regional like that's where we're at.
Let's go. I'm going to put one more added pressure on you. My son just graduated from Arizona State, and he lives out in Tempe.
Oh, boy.
And he is wanting so much to go out to Scottsdale again and do a little ILL. So you got Lucas Tay right there. That's a lot of pressure on you, Jackson. I apologize.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, I'll try to perform.
That's funny when you guys nail it down and you're on your way to Scottsdale. In the back of your mind, you're like, who was that dude I talked to on the radio? His kid's going to be out.
I'm gonna be playing in the final round, looking around.
Yes, yeah, looking for Lucas. Yeah, about a 6'3" dude with some curly hair. So I love it, man.
Perfect.
Hey, Jackson, It has been fun, obviously, to watch you rolling along with this program. I am so excited about what's ahead for this team this year, and obviously what's ahead for your career.
Right.
Thanks so much, buddy. You did a great job, my friend. So congrats, and we'll do it again some.
Well, thank you guys. Good luck with everything, and go Illini, right?
Amen. ILL.
I, baby.
Perfect. Thanks, Jackson.
Thank you, guys.
Good stuff. Jackson Buchanan, sophomore at Illinois, did a great job on that. Maybe he should fill your role, Kyle.
He'd be good at it. all these guys
really good. I know.
All these guys are great interviews. You guys had Tommy Cool on a month or two ago, and he was fantastic. This is just an awesome group of guys.
And for a sophomore, because I've done this so long in my life that you'll see a freshman come in and they're like, sophomore year, they're a little bit better. By their senior year, they're like, they got this stuff. I used to joke with one of my buddies, Rick Shipley. I'm like, hey, I need a 25-second clip on rebounding. And he would literally spit out a 24 or 26-second clip on rebounding. I'm like, perfect. Thanks, Ship. You just do it so long and you get used to doing it. So, but listen, Jackson's got a career in this if he wants it. I love that. I'm telling you right now, I want to win a national title and have the football dude on. I want that dude on our show. And just when Jackson Buchanan is the key putt to Illinois winning a national title and he sews up his match 3-2 and Illinois collectively throws their putters in the air. Well, don't do it around the green. And they all jump and they all mob Mike Small and Scottsdale, and the Fighting Illini have won a national title, and the best coach in college gets what he deserves, and Jackson Buchanan is the one that nails that putt.
Who's the drive going to talk to? The football guy.
The football dude. Yeah, I'll be like, Smalley, I'm sorry, man. It's cool that you won a national title, but you're not first on the list. It's some guy I've never met that played football in high school and got Jackson Buchanan interested in the sport. That'd be awesome. All right, listen, Game Changer is working. That means Andrew's playing, and that means we're out of here. I'm going to sprint out, take advantage of this nice day, and watch a little baseball. So, Kyle, no show tomorrow. Once again, I'm going to be at a Kenny Chesney concert in Moline, and you got things going on. But we'll see you back here Friday. We'll talk to Chris Block, horse racing, and other fun things, like maybe the Cardinals will have won a game by then. Maybe. That's a big maybe. All right, we're back. No, we're not. We'll see you Friday. We're out. It's The Drive. Stop the music.
John, the price of groceries is enough to send somebody into a panic mode these days.
Yeah, especially when the refrigerator goes kaput.
Even more so. We got a call from a customer who had that problem with a freezer load of those expensive groceries.
And that'll keep you awake at night just thinking about it.
Right. So, because Dick Van Dyke stocks the 100 most used parts, we were able to send a factory-trained tech out to her place to fix the problem before she lost any of that food.
And he wasn't some subcontractor either.
Trained right here locally by the team of Dick Van Dyke.
You know, one way to fight inflation?
Yep.
Keep from having to buy expensive stuff twice.
This is Dennis Regan, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store, which means you have the comfort of knowing that if anything goes wrong, we'll make it right. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. We stand behind what we sell. We offer so much more. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store. See the showroom top designer shop. Flooring Surface is your first stop. Amazing selection, price, and style on hardwoods, laminates, carpet, and tile. Low prices on high fashion. Step up the flooring that gets a wow reaction. See the showroom top designer shop. Flooring Surface is your first stop. Flooring Surface is your first stop.
Flooring Surfaces now offers beautiful window fashions. Our interior design team will custom fit shade, shutters, and blinds to any size opening. Visit the showroom to see the latest fashions from Graber and Hunter Douglas, or request an in-home consultation. Whether it's floors or windows, Flooring Surfaces has you covered. See us today at 401 Mercury Drive in Champaign.
See the showroom top designer shop. Flooring Surface is your first stop. Flooring Surface is your first stop.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Why would you call Greenview Landscaping for landscaping? Well, Greenview Landscaping is family owned. They've been around since the days of Elvis, and you can trust them. Great landscaping can reduce the time a home stays on the market, and a 5% investment in landscaping can raise the value of your home by 15%. That's a 150% return on your investment. At Greenview Landscaping, they will work with you and your budget, and they're a locally owned family business for over 60 years, and you can trust them. Just visit greenview.com. That's greenview.com.
Jets is hiring. Call 217-352-9992 or stop into 1907 West Springfield Avenue near Round Barn in Champaign. Jets is open till 10 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays till midnight. Are you looking for a side hustle? Here's Josh from Jets talking about the benefits of doing deliveries.
When I was a delivery driver, it was amazing how much the actual amount of money I had just shot right up. You have money in your pocket every single day.
For details on joining the team, visit jetspizza.com.
Here's your OSF Healthcare Medical Minute.
Hi, my name is Stacy Sutton. I'm the Director of Nursing Operations at OSF Heart of Mary Medical Center with oversight of the Emergency Department. When a serious or life-threatening condition strikes, you can count on OSF Heart of Mary Medical Center to deliver fast and leading-edge care that you need. Our dedicated team of board-certified physicians, nurses, and support staff provide 24/7 care from geriatrics to pediatrics. Should your care need to be elevated, OSF Healthcare offers a wide array of specialties such as pulmonology, cardiology, general surgery, orthopedics, OBGYN, and pediatrics. Our mission is to serve with the greatest care and love. Come to OSF Heart of Mary to experience the difference we can make in your care. And remember, if you're experiencing a life-threatening emergency, call 911.
For more information, visit osfhealthcare.org.
When you know you've got a problem and something's bugging you, call on American Pest Control and take control. You be wise, Americanized. Call on American Pest Control. That's how you get back in control. Call American Pest Control. American Pest Control. No more bugs to bug you. Take control.
Kids may love bugs, but we don't. It's time now for a free, no-obligation termite inspection. American Pest Control has now installed the Centricon Colony Elimination System to over 3,000 homes right here in central Illinois. The Centricon system not only blocks the termites' progress, Centricon provides complete colony elimination. Get their home before they get yours. Call us today.
Call American Pest Control. American Pest Control. No more bugs to bug you. Take control.
Hey, Class A CDL drivers. Gail Frericks Trucking wants to invite you to join our team and get a taste of what it's like to work with a team that cares about you, your home time, and your professional growth, as well as your paycheck. This is Operations Manager Donna Onstadt inviting you to join us as we continue building the company you would have started if you knew then what you know now. Gail Frericks Trucking. Call 765-793-7131 today. Our drivers are pre-dispatched, make a guaranteed minimum gross pay of $1,200 per week, have paid vacations and benefits, and are home every weekend and sometimes during the week for quality family time. Our openings are limited, so don't miss your opportunity with the top-paying trucking company in the area, Gail Frericks Trucking. Call 765-793-7131 today. The days are getting longer, and our customers are booking us up with freight. Gail Frericks Trucking. 765-793-7131 or email timo@gftlog.com.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Join the U of I Alumni Association today. With your annual membership fee, new members will enjoy discounts to Illini merchandise and tickets, career counseling, continuing education, and many more benefits. In addition, the Alumni Association has worked hard building the Alma Market, where visitors can shop Illini-owned businesses and support their favorite local retailers in Champaign-Urbana. For details on these exciting new ventures connecting our Illini community, visit uiaa.org. Go Illini!
Morning bird walks are back at Urbana Park District at the Anita Purvis Nature Center, 1505 North Broadway in Urbana from 7:30 to 9 a.m. every Sunday through the end of May. Meet at the Nature Center, go on a walk through Busey Woods and Crystal Lake Park, and look for our feathered friends. A guide will lead you on your bird walking adventure. No bird watching experience is necessary. It's a free event. For details, call 217-384-4062. Urbana Park District, you belong here.
Hi, I'm Skylar Pumphrey from Greenview. You want to enjoy your outdoor space, not work in it? Let our team at Greenview help you today. Prom is around the corner. Imagine the photos with a Greenview flower bed exploding with color as the background. Plant a garden in memory of Mom for Mother's Day this year. Custom fireplaces, patios, kitchens, pool decks, waterfalls, rainscapes, theme gardens, and anything else you can imagine. Make Greenview your call for all jobs, big or small. Call Greenview today at 217-586-1112. Visit greenview.com.
Looking for a way to give back to your community, learn new skills, and make a real difference? Consider volunteering with your local fire department. 7 out of 10 firefighters and emergency responders are volunteers, answering the call when their community needs them the most. Be part of a dedicated team of volunteers who step up and protect their community from all types of hazards. You can be the difference.
Call your local village office or reach out on social media. A big thanks to those who are volunteering to be a part of the fire department from Stevie J Broadcasting.
It's time for the annual Cardinal bus trip. Hi, it's Stevie J, inviting you to take a trip with us to St. Louis, Missouri for the day. It's July 19th. The Cardinals will be taking on the Miami Marlins, and every seat is in the suite. Yes, we'll have our private suite for Stevie J listeners and Cardinal fans. It's only $225. That includes your bus trip, of course, there and back, all the food and drink you would like, and positioned perfectly in bus parking. Walk in, up the ramp. It's 207 is the name of our suite. Number 207 along the first base line. Again, July 19th, it's a Cardinal-Miami game in St. Louis, Missouri. The game starts after 1 o'clock. We'll leave at 8 in the morning and be back hopefully by about 6. If you're interested in this year's trip, text in BUS 217-359-2255 for all of the information. That's 217-359-2255. Text in BUS.
Every industry has specialists, like Alan here. He knows radiators.
Radiators. I love them. Don't even talk to me about brakes or fuel lines.
Just radiators.
Radiators.
Sally is a specialist in cakes.
I think pies are an abomination.
Really? Pies?
Yuck.
Then we have Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. You know what they're great at? Appliances. Nothing else. No TVs, no computer printers, no radiators.
Who's got a problem with radiators?
Nobody, Alan, but you can't get one at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Too bad. They're missing out.
I'm Dennis Regan, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. All we do is appliances. And when that's all you do it better than anyone else. Our associates on our sales floors know more about them, our delivery people are better at installing them, and our technicians are better at fixing them. All right here in Central Illinois. Wow!
I can't believe you don't like pies, though.
What do I look like, some kind of a peasant?
No.
Cakes are really the best thing.